Well, hello, juniors. It's Mr. Fisher coming at you from the home studio. Today is Wednesday. Technically, today's Tuesday because I'm recording this in advance. But today's Wednesday. That'd be the 15th of April, which means we've been in quarantine for well over a month at this point. Good times. So, going forward, I know that you probably, hopefully, have seen my video about what the plan is for moving forward. We are going to be starting to read Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. And I have a copy of the book right here. This is what it looks like. I encourage you to buy one as well, if possible. That way you can write it and take notes and stuff. But if that's not possible, that's cool. You can find it. It's in the public domain. So you can find a PDF document online. If you just type in Siddhartha PDF Hermann Hesse, it should pop up in the full text format. And since it's public domain and that's not copyright infringement, I should be able to post a link to a PDF. I will have to do that as well. So today's assignment that I have posted on Google Classroom for you is really an anticipation guide for Siddhartha. So we're going to be reading this book that took place 600 years before the birth of Jesus Christ. But we're not going to be talking about Jesus, and we're not really going to be talking about any specific religions in general. I mean, we're going to brush up against Buddhism and Hinduism a little bit because they are kind of interwoven within this book. And we might even do a research project on different world religions like Sikhism and Jainism and that sort of thing. But just suffice it to say, I am not pushing any particular religious views, and I'm not promoting any particular religion, be it Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, or anything else. That's not my job. My job is just to present material to you and have you think about it and just have you be aware that other things exist. Okay? So Siddhartha is a character in Hermann Hesse's novel, and it takes place, like I said, 650 BC, I believe, somewhere like that. And the main character is a Brahmin, and Brahmin would be the highest class system or caste system actually in India at the time. And he's born wealthy and powerful to a wealthy, powerful father. His father is a priest, very well respected. And Siddhartha is brilliant, and he is beautiful, and several other things that he's got going for him. He's doing a really good job of existing. Everybody's proud of him, and everybody loves him. But there are some twists, even in this first chapter. Now, on this anticipation guide, which you can see on my screen, I have added some philosophical questions at the bottom. But I must have removed the vocabulary at some point because there are several terms in chapter 1 that come about that you're not going to know what they mean, like the Upanishads of Samaveda and the banyan tree and ablutions. There are several words like that. So, key to reading. Since I'm not necessarily going to be reading everything to you, although I may read quite a bit of this book to you, if you come across a word that you don't know, be it in English class or science or math or what have you, stop and look it up, okay? The one amazing benefit of this quarantine is that there's no way for the teacher to take your phone away. You can look up whatever you want on your phone at any time, okay? Cool, so go ahead and do that. Now, we're not gonna read anything today though. This only assignment of this week, because I'm gonna post 2 assignments a week for y'all. One will be on Mondays and one will be on Wednesdays. And we don't have a Monday this week because we're starting on Wednesday. So you got one assignment, and this is it. It's an anticipation guide. And you can see on the left-hand column where my pointer is, it asks some very simple questions. What is wisdom? What is the definition of sin? What does it mean to rely on someone? These are very simple questions, and they're asking for a fairly simple answer. From your own perspective. I don't want the definition of sin from Google. I want you to tell me what your perception of sin is. Maybe examples or maybe just a broad definition, okay? That sort of thing. And I want you to go all the way down, 10 of them. On this other column, it says agree or disagree and explain why in 2 to 3 sentences. So if you want to get the points for that, it's 2 to 3 sentences. That's what I need. The first question is, wisdom and knowledge, are they the same thing? Hint, they're not the same thing. So, agree or disagree, and tell me why you feel that way. Okay, we're going to get into that a lot. This book is a lot about knowledge versus wisdom, intellect versus intuition, and that sort of thing. So this is just preparing you for that thought path. So make sure you do both columns all the way down, 2 to 3 sentences on the right. The first one, probably 1 sentence. What is wisdom? Define it in a sentence and it should be good, okay? And don't define it with the word itself. Don't say, wisdom is wisdom, because that's not a good answer. And you sound like I'm the person that I'm mocking right now. I don't know. Wisdom's not wisdom. It's something else. What is it? Okay? That's a terrible impression. I really need to work on my impressions. Anyway, okay, we move down to the bottom. And now, after you have gone through what your feelings and beliefs are, we're going to get into these philosophical questions. And there are only 5 of them currently. There will probably be more added to this list eventually as we read. First one, from your own perspective. Essentially, all of these are going to be from your own perspective. Like the lens through which you view the world is your perspective. From your own perspective, is it truly possible to know a thing without having experienced it yourself? Do you believe that it is possible to love someone else without first loving and accepting yourself? Which is more valuable, intellect or wisdom? See, there's that spoiler right there where it kind of tells you they're not the same thing. Know thyself. Now, this is from an ancient philosopher. Socrates. It says it right in there. I've been studying a lot of philosophers over the last couple of days. I started off by looking up Socrates and Aristotle, and I ended up in the 17th and 18th century Enlightenment movement in Europe. And it was a serious rabbit hole. I feel like I'm much more intelligent than I was before. But anyway, this is a great question. Is it possible to truly know yourself? All right, read that. In an ancient concept going back much further than Socrates, is at the root of much of philosophy. With that in mind, what are the most important things to learn about oneself, or is all self-knowledge equal? So read that, think about it. What does enlightenment mean, and how do you think it relates to you? Once again, you can feel free to look that up on Google, but don't just give me a Google definition. I want it in your words. I want you to not even paraphrase it. I want you to soak the information in, let it ruminate a little bit, walk around, think about it, and then come back and respond. These questions are hard, okay? These philosophical questions are deep questions that require a lot of looking inside, self-reflecting, and I think you should find a quiet space, and I think you should look these over, read them, really think about them, maybe research the ideas, and then respond. Read, reflect, respond. Okay? That's what I want you to do. Really, that's what we're going to be doing for this entire book. Okay? That's your assignment for today, Wednesday. It's due Friday by 11:59 p.m. That's how I'm going to do this every week. One assignment Monday, one assignment Wednesday. They're both due Friday by 11:59 p.m. Okay? That gives you a weekend of freedom. On top of that, Fridays, I'm going to have office hours. Every Friday from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning, I will pop a Zoom link on Google Classroom, and you can pop in and ask any questions or just shout out or whatever you need to do. Try to keep it school appropriate, Anything else? Missing assignments. If you are missing any assignments from the first 3 weeks of quarantine that I did before spring break, you can still get full credit for those assignments, but you need to do them quickly. Okay, I don't want to have to wait on those. They're worth 20 points a piece. So if you need some more points, go back and do them. If there are any assignments that were given before or that were due before March 13th, which is when we had our hiatus begin, those can still be done late, but they're only half credit because you had the opportunity to do those during the school year, regular school, no quarantine issues. Okay, if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to let me know. Honestly, nobody ever comments on these videos. And I don't know if this bothers you as much as it does me, but I only have 97 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I have like 150 students. So I at least need 3 more because I really like the round numbers. 3 more people, and I'll be at 100. So please subscribe to my page. That way you'll get all the updates on the videos and some things that are not school related at all. And continue to do the homework, guys. It's not really optional starting today. Moving forward, if you do it, you can get positive points for it if you do it well. If you do it and you do it poorly, hey, you're still engaged. It won't count against your grade. It'll just be marked as a completed. And if you don't do anything at all for the next 8 weeks, they're going to consider you not engaged, and you're going to have to make that all up at some point. 20% of your semester is going to have to be made up, possibly over the summer, maybe online. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but make sure you're staying engaged if at all possible. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. That's my Wednesday assignment. That's basically this entire week's assignment for my juniors. So anticipation guide, get it done. Philosophical questions, get it done. Turn it in, and you are good to go. So you have a lovely day. Peace.